I was just brushing my teeth and my wires just broke. My wires broke. I'm gonna have to bring dentist. I know I'm gonna have to go straight back and make an appointment. It's been raining, it's cold, don't really want to go anywhere tomorrow. I'm gonna have to make an appointment.
Wait a sec.
This feels weird. I've not done this in a while. Okay. Right, you know what? I actually might change it so the lighting doesn't keep moving. Right, I'm gonna do that. Hi guys, and welcome back. That actually wasn't where I was gonna go with that intro, but we'll do it. It has been a hot minute, but I'm back, and someone's already interrupting. Right, anyway, for some reason this video has been pushed back quite a lot over the months. I do not have a clue why. But I am here, I am finishing recording it, and this is the final TwinBlock video, I'm pretty sure. Or I might do another one. I might do another one saying the title might be Things I Wish I Knew Before I Got TwinBlock, so basically just a whole overall information video. But apart from that, this is the last video, if I end up doing that, because I have a lot of recording to do to get back on track. Yeah, really didn't make it easy on myself. But after this video, yeah. Okay, yeah. Third time's a charm. Yes, I'm out of breath already, and yes, that means I'm unfit. I get it, I'm unfit. So, this video is basically just motivation points or things that help you be motivated to carry on your TwinBlock journey and to improve self-discipline, or basically how to make the journey feel easier and quicker. Because it seems like there's a pattern where a lot of people don't actually have the motivation to go along the TwinBlock journey. I really am out of breath. Okay, right, okay, I got this. It's fine. I think it's fine, I don't think I'm fine at all. I'm really unfit. Right, I'm gonna put my list here. So if I'm looking over here, it's because I need my talking points, because I've made sure I've covered all the motivation points that I've basically followed in my journey, and hopefully it'll help you with yours. First point, self-discipline. I'm sorry, people walking by, it's really distracting me. Right, I won't be distracted for the rest of the video. Self-discipline. If you have the mindset of this is not going well, I don't like it, I want this to be over, you're not going to have the self-discipline because you're already in a negative mindset. If you have a positive mindset, you'll be like, oh, I've got this, I can do this, and the journey will feel shorter than it actually is. So that is linked to self-discipline. So with that positive mindset, you'll have more self-discipline to keep them in, as you're like, oh, this is easy, if I keep it in, it'll the journey won't be as long, and you're more likely to keep them in, or you're more likely to force yourself to keep them in. If that doesn't make sense, or you want me to try and put it in simpler terms, that's the most simple term I can think of right now. But just message me or comment down below if you want me to go more in depth into that. But as a what? Oh, that isn't a good point, Sophia. Another way to help self-discipline is actually having a twin blocks fixed in for a certain period of time. I know like 1 or 2 people who did this, and obviously because they couldn't take it out, it helped them. And after they didn't have them fixed in, they just kept them in anyway because they're used to having them in all the time. So that helps you. I would recommend just having them fixed in for a certain amount of time. And to help with gagging and throwing up, all I can recommend, which obviously, firstly, hear me out, a lot of people get annoyed when I say this, but mostly the only thing I can actually recommend is keeping them in when you're gagging or you feel like you're going to throw up. Because if you keep taking them out every time you gag, you're not going to get used to them and you're not going to keep them in. And you are just, you're setting yourself up for a bad result. Because if you don't keep them in long enough, you'll end up needing surgery, or they just moved away. Why are they back? Oh, wrong person. Sorry again. What happened again? Where was I? Yeah, gagging. Yeah, so you have to keep them in unless you're throwing up and you physically can't breathe. Then obviously, please obviously take them out. But if you're not doing that, and even if you do take them out actually, when you're throwing up if you can't breathe, once you stop throwing up, you wash them and put them back in. No, that is not psychotic. That is the way to get used to them, believe it or not. And then obviously if you're just gagging, that is just your mouth getting used to the space that it has now. And honestly, it'll go away within a week. I've heard on average it is a week that the gagging will go away and the feeling of sickness. I'd also recommend drinking water to help, as it's basically like if you have a cough or itchy your throat and you feel like you're going to cough, like if you drink water, it can help. I don't know how to describe it. It can help reduce the itchiness or cause the itchiness to go away completely. Same with gagging, because you're focusing on drinking the water rather than, oh my god, I'm gagging, I do not like this. Like it is mental as well as physical. Like a lot of this is mental, like self-discipline, like I've said. Just like getting into a habit of thinking it'll go quick if I do this, if I keep them in. It's fine, it's good. Like as soon as you're happy with the process and like you're not thinking, oh, I cannot do this, it's going to go on for too long, it gets so much easier, honestly. I'm not just saying that as well. Like I went through the whole 9 months. Some people have it less, some people have it a bit longer. But as soon as you think, oh, I'm going to be fine, the process will be quick because I like it, like I'm fine with it. Not even like it, I'm fine with it, I can do it. It will go quicker and it'll feel as less of a bad inconvenience in your life. Yeah, so drink water because it can help as well. And try eating with them in as well. Like if you can eat with them in all the time, then do it, because actually I have researched when I was looking into making an eating video with them, which I also didn't because my TwinBlock's broke. But when researching, I found out that that eating with a whole meal, like a whole cooked meal with them in, it can be equivalent to having them in for 24 hours. So I would recommend it. Honestly, I eat with this one I have in now. It's not TwinBlock, it's just a block that comes with TwinBlock. It's slightly different. I'll insert a clip like next to me here to show you what my block I have with my TwinBlock now looks like. And that, I eat with that in, I don't take it out. It was really difficult at the start, I won't lie. It probably will be difficult because you're not used to having that much of a reduced amount of space when you're eating. And because of how my block is, like you'd see in the clip if I'm not too lazy. But like at the front, because there's a gap between the block and your teeth with this one. This food can get stuck like on the block, which is quite annoying. But obviously after you start eating, you get used to it and it doesn't happen as much as well. Yeah, and eating with them in is also like a new challenge. So if you're just sitting there, you're like, oh my god, again, mindset, I can't handle, obviously you can't handle it, but if you're like, this is going to take forever, I do not like it, eating with them in is like kind of like a new challenge, like to focus on, and you can focus on that and occupy yourself on that challenge instead of just sitting there and feeling sorry for yourself for your pain, like I would. No judgment here, because I would do that. And personally, I feel like it speeds the process up as well. Like I said, it can be equivalent with eating with them in, having them in for 24 hours. And it also makes you keep them in for longer. So either way, eating with them in will help and can speed up the process as well. Another motivation point is focusing on the end result. Like at the start, when I was like, these are coming out, I'm not having these in, I always pictured like what like obviously we won't have like a very clear picture of what our teeth will look like at the end, but like just roughly picturing that end result like really motivated me, and it might motivate you to keep them in and keep going, because the end result looks pretty good if I do say so myself. So, celebrating milestones. So what I mean by that, because it took me a minute to think of what I meant. So celebrating milestones can be like, okay, so personally I did like after 3 months, obviously I had them in for 9 months, so I'm like, oh my gosh, 3 months already passed, that means there's only 7 months left. And then I worked it out from like, once my birthday comes around, it'll only be so many months, and it sounded like not that much at all, so I did it by that. So obviously I'm focusing on, my birthday month is May, and I got them out like June time. I think that's right. No, July, it'll be July, August time, yeah. So that was like 3-4 months after my birthday. I was like, that's not long at all. So I focused on like how long it was till my birthday, which is also like an exciting event anyway. So I was like, oh, it's not so long till my birthday now. I went, that means it's not so long until like it's this certain amount of time since I get my blocks out as well. So I should do it like that. And also, like, say if you've like been struggling to keep them in, and you keep them in for like, let's say, okay, sorry. So say like you've kept them in because you've been struggling for like, but you've kept them in for a day or like a full 24 hours. Treat yourself. Give yourself a treat. My way of doing this was actually, I know this goes against or contradicts what I said, but I personally didn't eat them. I don't, as if I still have them. I didn't eat with them in because that was my treat. So I'd keep them in all day long, all night long, as soon as it gets to like a meal, because obviously I also didn't have lunch, which I do not promote or recommend at all. You should always have 3 meals a day to keep your body from breaking down, and because you need the food for fuel. So I don't recommend it whatsoever. But because I also didn't eat in college, I kept them in, which meant at breakfast time I had like about, let's say, 10-15 minutes of them out, and then at dinner time I had half an hour to 45 minutes with them out. And the dentist always said you have to have them in for an average of like 23 hours a day, 22 hours a day. So I think it was 22 hours a day. So that like roughly added up to just under 2 hours of my meals. So that was my time and my treat. So like keeping them in, because I didn't have them out for meals, so it didn't feel as long. Which is weird because you have them in for longer if you like have them in for like every single step apart from the meal. So you can have them in for longer, but it just doesn't feel like it. So it helped quite a lot. And plus I love food, so it kept my love for food there, so I was quite happy and content with that. Also, I want to add on actually as well, because I had them out at dinner, as soon as the dinner was done, I was more eager to get them back in and then carry on until then I'd get to my next meal. It's like at tea at night, I'd eat my tea and my mum wouldn't even let me do dishes. I'd go straight upstairs and put them straight back in. and then obviously I'll be having them out at breakfast the next day. So it was like, it made me want to put them in like straight away and get them back in. And I feel like that keeps you a bit more content and happy with it. And I feel like it is really motivating doing it that way, but if you can eat with them in, that's even better, because you get more of a benefit if you eat with them in as well. But like, instead of like eating loads of chocolate or give myself some sweets for a treat, I just did it as in I can take them out for this certain amount of time. More motivation, it can be appointments. So because obviously I've done all this links together, like my self-discipline when I was like, okay, I can have them out for meal times, but every single other minute and every single other second, I was quite strict at the start of the day, they needed to be in. And because I did that until my first appointment, so that appointment obviously showed a lot of progress because of how I was with them, and that self-discipline was built. So I went from a 9mm to a 4mm, I'm pretty sure, which is like a big difference, and that obviously motivates you to carry on or try and improve in different ways. So that appointment motivated me to carry on doing what I was doing, just keeping them in and all that lot. Obviously, if you don't have a good appointment, like my second appointment, I only had a 2mm difference, so obviously that wasn't as motivating, but it made me annoyed with myself instead of being annoyed that I have to keep them in or keep my TwinBlocks in still, because I do it anyway. But it just made me angry with myself because I've seen the positive result, I've seen the negative result, and I need to meet myself in the middle, really. So appointments can help. Obviously, if it's like not as big as a change or as big as a step you want, just tell yourself to improve your discipline. Tell yourself that you'll treat yourself if you keep them in for a certain amount of time. That when you gag, you'll try and drink water, or you'll try and like just tell yourself you'll improve. You'll do different things. You'll do this, and this. I feel like it's also proven, like, if you write down or say what you're going to do, you're more likely to do it. So coming out of my first appointment, I was like, yes, I can do this. Like, that is such a good difference. And coming out of that second appointment, which wasn't that good at all, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get back on track like I was on my first appointment. So because I told myself that, I went and started doing it. And another motivation for TwinBlocks can be occupying yourself. Obviously, I do not advocate avoiding your problems or ignoring them, nothing like that. I mean, like, every so often you can just do different tasks to get your mind off the pain, or get your mind off, because you still have them in, so you're not really avoiding the problems, really. But, like, doing other tasks could be, like, just tidying your room and ignoring that they're in. That means you don't have to speak either, so it might not, like, get your mood down about how you sound or how it feels in your mouth because you're doing a different task. Or you can watch videos. Like, I watched loads of race videos before I started, and, like, in between when I started, like, getting down about it, I watched videos. I was like, I can do that, that's fine. And there was quite a good advice as well. Obviously, there's not much videos at all that I found on YouTube about TwinBlocks. But this one girl, her braces, I just like changed it towards the TwinBlocks for myself. So she had train tracks, but I changed what I could, and I took away what I could for my TwinBlocks as well. So watching videos was really helpful, just like occupying myself with different tasks, and talking to people you're comfortable with can really motivate you and occupy you as well, away from them thoughts of this is going to be so long, like all them negative thoughts towards it. If you talk to people you're comfortable with instead, it's like, oh, well, not much changed. Like, I still have, like, because people worry about comments from people or changing their friendship groups. So you talk to them people you're comfortable with, is a lot more motivating, and you feel better about the whole process and the whole situation. Like, I spoke to my best friend Jake, which you've seen on the channel. I spoke to him, and then I cut myself off from everyone else. Again, I do not promote that, but I was really comfortable with Jake. He's had train tracks. I told him about TwinBlocks before I got it, and honestly, we either judge each other together, or we just comfort each other as well. Like, I say comfort, we just like talk like a load of rubbish, But the fact that I could do that made me more comfortable and more motivated to carry on. And like not think negatively about the process. I'm like, well, I still have Jake, I can talk to him. Because I didn't really feel like talking because of how I sounded, but talking to Jake not only made me feel more comfortable in talking to people, but more comfortable talking in general, like, because I went really quiet in class as well. And then I started bringing people in gradually that I was comfortable talking to. And obviously, the more you talk, the more you get back to normal quicker as well. So by the time like I was talking to everyone, I was back to normal. So it's just like finding them people you're comfortable talking to, and the more you talk, the more you get back to normal, and the quicker you get back to normal anyway. So, and the final thing that I've personally put down for my motivation is actually you guys. And as cringy as that may sound to some people, I just felt like I had my own community. So when I say you guys, like some of you may think, well, we don't have that, but you have your own community. Like, in the comments, like, you can talk to each other, you can help each other, you can motivate each other. And I feel like that was really helpful, because, like, to me, I made a video and I was like, I really don't feel comfortable posting this, but, like, I want to post, like, lifestyle, I just don't want to, I don't want to start stressing about what videos I post. So I posted it, I realised it helped a lot of people, and it honestly made my day. So I was like, well, it's helping people, like, it's helping a lot of people, so I need to keep going, like, I need my self-discipline to help other people, like, they can see it's not as bad, that sort of thing. So even though you might say, well, we don't really have that, you do. You do in the comments below, like, talk to each other, help each other, give each other advice. Or even when you're just, like, you don't have any advice to give, just have a conversation in the comments, just talk to each other, because I feel like a lot of people feel a lot more comfortable with people in the same situation or people going through the same difficulties. It's a lot easier to feel like you have people around you who actually understand. So just like talking in the comments, or like finding people who are like have a similar brain process than you, it is quite helpful to some people. And I feel like that's all I have. Sorry if I rambled and gave a mini rant for some of them points, but I just wanted to make sure like I got everything out for you guys. But that's all I have for today, so I'm going to love you and leave you. And I need to go try and start editing this ready for Sunday, because I am back. I say that and the video is probably going to be out late next week. But I'm going to start trying again, because I feel like I'm more comfortable now. Like, I think a brace video is a good start off point. And it helps majority of my subscribers too, so I feel like that was a really good video to come back with. And sorry that if you're like, where the hell are you? Like, what are you doing? You said you'll be back and you're just gone. I didn't mean for that to happen. I had like a lot of exam practice to do. I've just sat my external exam a few days ago this week, and I think it went pretty well, but yeah, I don't want to jinx it. I want to wait for my result. But I have NEAs now, but I've sort of scheduled YouTube in, so I can start bringing it back in now. So hopefully there will be more videos coming consistently again. And I mean it this time. This time feels different. This time feels new. So yes, that is all I have. If you have any more questions or you want to know anything else, just comment down below and I will reply, because I have no life. So once again, I'll love you and leave you. And I hope you enjoyed the video.